All right, everyone, Fabian here. And today I'm going to walk you through how I have automated my own content publishing process by using a local language model. This approach speeds things up, it cuts down on errors, and it gets content out there consistently, all while keeping me, the human, in the loop. So you'll be asking, why even bother automating this? For me, it comes down to two things. First, speed. I want to get all my content in front of people faster and at scale. The faster it's out there, the more impact it can have. Second, accuracy. LLMs help reduce mistakes by automating repetitive tasks. There's a review process that's built in, and I still have the final say. But the heavy lifting, that's all automated and done by the agent. So here's the process. I start off, just like I'm doing right now, with a video, and I transcribe that video. From there, operational agents handle the bulk of the work, generating the assets and the post and all of the social media content to support it. Then, review agents step in and check for quality and consistency. That's needed because usually I'm the one that does it manually, but now the agent needs to do that. The system automates the YouTube uploads, the blog posts, and the social media content. And in the end, I come back in just for the final touch, the last mile, if you will. Just to check to make sure everything is right. If you recall, way before, well, not that too long, humans would basically do a lot of the churn work and then give it to a spell check or give it to some type of other engine to go ahead and do the last mile. Now that's flipped on its head, and the LLM does a lot of the churn work, and we, the human, come in and check for the last mile. Now, here's the difference between how I used to do it manually and how it works now. Before, I transcribed the video. I copy and paste it, and I put it into ChatGPT or Copilot, or both, just to test it out to see how it works. It generates the content for me. I review it, and I manually upload it to different platforms. So I would say, hey, ChatGPT or hey, Copilot, I need a title, a description, and the keywords from a YouTube video. Oh, by the way, I need something for Twitter, and it needs to be 280 characters or less, or I need something for Blue Sky, and I need something for LinkedIn, a little bit longer post. Make it sound like me, use some emojis, and so on and so forth. Now, what I have to do is just, set it up, and you see the details next. The first thing I do is record the video, similar to as I'm doing right now. Then I put it in Stream, and with Stream I can get my transcript, or if I record it in Teams, I get my transcript, which automatically does that for me and gives it to me in a Word format that I can download it. That transcript kicks off the entire process. Once I have it, I drop it inside a location locally on my machine, which is tied to a GitHub repo that I've already cloned. This acts as a holding area where the agents take over. The operational agent starts off first by doing the grunt work. It generates the content, it formats it by reading the transcripts, and it creates the assets for both the YouTubes, the blog, and social media. Then when that's done, the review agents step in and take it from there. And there's two review agents. There's a technical check, to make sure the accuracy is there. Because again, it's looking at the transcript. It's my own work, but it's still trying to infer what I say and generate intent, and it may make mistakes. Then I also have a grammar reviewer. Now, I suspect it'll be much better than I am, but I do it anyway because, again, I may be using words that are not standard common English or may not be in a dictionary, and it may have some issues with it. So there's a check there as well. And then just to make sure everything is nice and accurate and polished. Now, once the agents are done, I get notified. Currently, right now, it's just a console write line that lets me know that something is, that is ready for me. And that's my signal to jump in and do a final review, make the last tweaks, and approve it for publishing. The key thing is that it's smooth. I've set up termination strategies to stop endless loops, and I have login to set up for auditing, and just in case I can go back and trace to see what's going on. The process runs like clockwork, and I stay in control from start to finish. For the tech folks out there, what I'm running, I think I've said this a few times and I have a video for it, but just for completeness in this video, it's a MacBook Pro M3 Max. It has 128 gigs of RAM and it has 40 cores of GPU. So running, models locally like the Llama 3.37p that you have here runs okay. I also have a subscription to OpenAI, and I sometimes would run GPT-4o just to compare the performance. And what you're going to see here today in the demo is I'm going to run it using the model that's hosted in OpenAI, because it's going to take less than a minute. And I already have a video that's roughly 6 minutes long that I'm going to speed up and I'm going to squeeze in post-production, so you can actually see what that looks like at various different stages over the amount of time it does it locally, just so you can see it and compare the difference. I'll also show you just some of how the folder structure and hierarchy are, so you can actually see where things are and how I'm going to change it for you to see it later on. The key thing is that it all runs locally and I'm in control. The tools I'm going to be using is going to be VS Code for the IDE, and I'm going to be using Semantic Kernel for most of the coding. So let's break out into that. All right, what we're going to be doing is looking at a sped up video of what took 6 minutes and 26 seconds on my machine to show you the same process that you'll see in the subsequent video running on GPT-4 in less than 1 minute. Let's set this up, and we're going to speed up through some sections so that we can see it on the other side really fast. So this is just proving out that there's some things inside the YouTube drafts, but nothing in the social drafts as yet. And inside the YouTube drafts, we're showing what has already been done inside the LLM using Llama 3.370b, and you can basically see that right there. So let's actually speed through a couple of this real quickly. All right, here we're now writing, I believe, the blog post. You can see the information down here. It's actually calling the agent group chat, which takes a little bit. And we're going to speed this up to here. And this is the blog post being completed right here in the 3-minute marker. And after the blog post is done, it's going to go to the reviewer to check it again. It's running 4 minutes now. 4 minutes, 5 minutes. So at this point in time, I'll just pause right here. You can see how it has the warning. That is because 2 cycles have passed, and as you'll see, whether before or after the video, that I have the approval termination strategy, which either looks for certain keywords or stops after 2. And then once that's done, it'll again actually says now workflow is completed in Lewis and Cat, and now it actually will now have something in social drafts, which you'll click, so it shows you right there. And also inside the content on the blog, it'll actually have the generated one, which will show you basically this is the blog that was created for it. I'm going to now show it to you inside of Visual Studio Code, the new file that was created, which is the blog post for the stuff that was done locally. So this is all done by the local LLM. And this is everything that you see here. And that's me running it there. And yep. That real quickly. So I guess we can leave that there for now. Let's go over and look at the folders. So if I come in Finder, what we have here is we have a repos folder, and inside repos we have where my blog is located. And under a data folder on the transcript, I have the name of what my repo is going to be called, which you see down here, Lewis and Cat. You see Lewis and Cat there, and it has the transcript. If I click inside here, you can see that's basically a transcript of what I've done. And just for a little bit of giggle's sake, if we come here under Microsoft Edge, under here, you can actually see that I have a transcript as well. So basically, as a test for this, I did it before, and it pulls down that inside a Word doc file. You also have another folder inside where my blog post is called YouTube Drafts. And what I'm going to do right now is actually rename a couple of these because I don't want the same name to be there twice. I'm going to say local underscore Control C. All right, and I'm going to do the same thing here. Rename, Control V, and rename, and Control V, because I'm going to run the same thing again basically. And I'm going to come here under social drafts and do the same thing again. Rename, Control V. And underneath here, under content, blog, you'll notice that there is this guy here called generated, and this is what is actually generated by the tool, where it says generated Lewis and Cat. I'm going to rename this as well too. Right click, rename, local underscore. All right. Now, if we came over to here, so this is basically the folder structure and the hierarchy. If we come over to here under the code, you'll notice now that this is here. This is what it actually looks like right now. And if you look at any of my other blogs, like let's do the product management one, you can see it's roughly the same format. There is some things at the end where I would actually do this, where I say chat about this, and I have basically some metadata at the top to manage SEO, and also how the blog sets things up inside of Hugo, which is I'm using for a single page application as the framework. But that I can fix. That's just nuances. So right now with this here, let's go ahead and actually pull up the real code now. So we're going to take a look at how we run this. And this is all on my LuxMentist repo. It's all out there for free. You can take a look at it and you can massage it yourself. So I won't do too much of a code walkthrough, but what I will do here is I'm going to comment out. I want this to run now on GPT-4. So let me come here and comment this guy out. So, and comment this guy out here. Take this guy away. Take this guy away. And so basically I'm now running it locally. Is there anything to really call? Oh yeah, let's call it a couple of things. So the one thing that's important is this approval termination, because the agent needs to know when to stop. And I was having issues before, so I have it look for keywords. When it responds back with either approved or complete, or I say don't go more than 2 cycles. I have a coordinator agent that's actually in charge of everybody. So that coordinator agent creates the YouTube agent, the blog agent, the social media agent, the technical reviewer, and the copy edit reviewer. And it looks for, as I mentioned before, inside transcripts, the repo name, the project repo name.docx, right, underneath the data folder, which you saw before. And it basically leverages the approval strategy in the agent group chat, because they're going to chat between each other, the technical review and the copy edit, to make sure things are right, doing a max of 2. And we knew up a bunch of agents down here at the bottom, which you can see these agents here. So they basically all have a little bit of instructions. The one that has actually the most instructions is up here, where I'm actually telling it to look at the transcript, look at the project repo name, for the draft blog, and so on and so forth. You're going to have access to this code. Don't worry about it. Just want to show you some of the big picture items. So as you can see here, this is all login of stuff that happened before, but I'm going to clear this. This is the one for the local one. And I know I've already saved this, right? Yep. So let's do a .NET run. And the parameter I have to pass is the name of the repo, so it knows which one to look for inside that data folder. And this time it's literally going to run really, really fast. Less than a minute is what I think it does. All right. So you can already see it's looking at the transcript. It's pulling everything in. I won't even go back and check, because by the time I come back, it may be finished. So we'll just sit here for this. You can see it already there. It's talking with the agent now. It's going back and forth, back and forth. And it'll come back and, oh, there it is right here, telling us that this is actually the blog post now that it's done. And it is now going to be doing the strategy to find out which reviewer to give it to. 1 of 2 here right now. It's going to give it to 2 of 2. It's telling us that it's done the 2 cycles, and now it says it's complete. So all of that is literally done. So if I come back over to here now underneath Finder, and I look under YouTube drafts, you can see now this is the local ones that were there. We have the title, which it says this is going to be the title based on the transcript. These are my keywords that I should use for YouTube, and this is my description as well. Underneath social drafts, it gives me this new one here, This is what my tweet should look like. You can see some emojis and stuff like that, and put my link there. And underneath content and blog, actually it's better if we look for it inside here. If we look under here and go back to here, we now have the generated one, which is the new one, and we can actually see this is what my blog post should look like. And literally, this is all about what the transcript is talking about. Semantic kernel and setting up a step-by-step, something I was working with Louis Babot and Kat Schneider on, and I said, let me just put a video and do stuff around it as a way to explain this. So literally, all I would have to do now, for giggle's sake, should I do it? No, because it doesn't have the top piece of it. So in order for it to set up the categories correctly, I would need to have gone inside here. Well, let's see, hold on. If I come inside here and actually do this real quickly, hold on. Oh, I don't have a picture for it as well, but at least you'll see it. At least you'll see it. If I come here, Control V, and I'll change all of this a little bit later on. Well, actually, let's use a title for it, actually. Hold on. We can actually make this work. So I come under here and I go to the title. I'll use the same title. Oh, gotta open it up, don't I? I'll use the same title. Control C, and I'll do it inside here. Control V. The description, let's go grab that description. Finder, description. That's a long description. I wonder if it'll work. I should actually make it a little bit smaller. Hold on. Will that work? I've never done a big description before inside Hugo. I don't know if I'm going to face a limit, but let's see if we did that. Let's see if we did that. Control V. We'll see. Oh, I need a double quote here. And the date, 2025, and 01. And today's what? The 6th, 06. And product management. Now make this about AI development categories. Well, we'll leave it there for now because I don't want to create a new category. I don't have an image. It's going to use the old one, which is fine. That's no big deal. But let's go ahead now and just get this up there. So if I do a GAA, actually, did I save that? I'll save all. There it is. GAA for add, GCM -M, testing for a live video, but will replace GPSH for push. All right. Why didn't it push? Let's say git add -a. Git comment -m. Testing for a live video. There it is. Okay, I don't know why I didn't do it the last time. Maybe I messed up something. GPSH. There it is. Okay, all right. So if I come over here now to here, actually here, and spin this up and go to github.com/Fabian Williams. I don't want that one, but if I come to here, repositories, and Fabian Static Bravo, and under actions, we should have that action going now. Once this is finished, it'll be publishing, and then we can go to the actual website. Shouldn't take long because we do have an image in there that we're loading as well. Again, you know what we can do in the meantime? Let's go ahead and actually wrap the video. So if I come here, and I'm not going to go. So the first thing that we've done here is that we have maintained creativity, getting the human work done while delegating the churn and the laborious work to the LLM while keeping the human in the loop, which is myself. I've maintained privacy over all of the data and control over every aspect of that's local on my device. And the way I could make this better is that I can fully integrate the blog engine and social media to the end with full automation. And like I used to do with my tweet stuff, I can actually have this run as a cron job, and then get everything done automatically once I drop the item inside the once I drop the item inside the folder. It should start working. Did I do something? You know what? I wonder if it's because the description is too long and it's abandoned, because it should not take this long. Let's actually come back here. Okay. Famswill.com. Actually, there it is. It's done. So it just didn't come back there. So this is basically the post. And you can see setting up the semantic kernel. UI, it's the wrong picture. Why semantic kernel? Getting started. Look at all of this. And trust me, I didn't check this. I didn't check this because we're doing this by ourselves. It wrote this for itself. Look at the font. Look at to put it inside using the right markdown in order to get this stuff done. So this is it. Dropped the keywords inside there. Though that is so silly. But basically, that is what we see here inside here. With a dash code, so you can actually put the items inside there, the .NET Restore, the .NET Run, and the keyword. So basically, you've seen everything run here end to end with actually a live demo. So hopefully you enjoy that. This is all locally running on my machine for the video that you have not seen yet, but I will speed up and show it to you. But this is it running under a minute, and the code is available for you to use. So thank you very much. Hopefully you enjoy this, and let me know if you have any more questions. Okay.